You know, I work with a lot of family-owned enterprises, and it strikes me that there are some who are simply running a business versus others who are out to create a legacy. And sometimes that transitions as the business progresses through the family. Let me give you an example. A client of mine took over his father's business. His father operated a small company, and every day, 5 o'clock, went home, spent the weekends at home, and really just had this small business that paid the bills, paid a few employees, and that was it. He had no real desire to create anything beyond what that business was. If new business came in the door, great. If it didn't, uh-oh, but still, we'll wait and hope for the best. His son took it over and today is building a legacy. He's built that small $5 million business into a $150 million business that has facilities across North America. He's got multiple staff, he lives in different regions of the world, and he really has built something around the name, which is still partially a family name, that is memorable, that is his mark on the world. So when I think about the differences between running a business and building a legacy, it really is building something that's much more broad, that has an impact on the world. And I wanted to share with you a few of those key distinctions so you can determine whether you're just running a business or if you're creating a legacy. The first distinction I noticed is that businesses that are legacies really have staying power. If you've ever heard of Zig Ziglar, and if you haven't, you need to go read, because I think you'll come across Zig stuff everywhere. His son Tom took over the business many, many years ago. And when unfortunately Zig passed away, Tom has continued to operate the business today because Zig Ziglar created a legacy. So those businesses that are legacies have staying power. If those who are operating the business today were not in the business tomorrow, the business would continue on with no change. Secondly, legacies are expansive, meaning that they're bigger than the individual. I've got some clients who have very small businesses, probably let's say $5 to $10 million a year in revenue, and those businesses are really just one small area, one small building with a few people that have been there forever, and that's fine. That's the kind of business that they operate. But those people who are building legacies are building something much bigger than themselves. There's often multiple facilities. There's dozens, if not hundreds of people involved, both employees of the business and subcontractors of the business. So legacies are something that are extremely expansive and therefore can continue to be expanded well after the individual that initiated them moves on. Last but not least, the people that are building legacies are optimistic and enthusiastic people. They're those kind of folks that you want to be around. If they're in a room, they light it up. People want to talk to them. You know, consider someone who's running a garage, an automotive repair shop. Those are a good example many times of people who have a technical skill that have decided to work for themselves and run a business. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. However, if you go in and the owner's having a bad day, you know it. If they're having a good day, you probably know that too. But those people who are building a legacy are highly enthusiastic. They're energetic. They have energy that just draws you in towards them. And that is really how they've been able to expand and build that legacy, because people are drawn to them and other businesses and business owners are drawn to them. So when you think about your business today, make a decision first off. Do you want to run a business, or do you want to build a legacy? If you want to build a legacy, reflect back on those key points that I've mentioned in order to measure how you're doing against those attributes of those who build legacies, and then if necessary, make adjustments. I want to suggest to you that running a business is a noble thing to do, but creating a legacy is something that will outsurvive you and make your impact on the world.